comes off just, I guess because I'm informed. I guess with some fluoride heads watching 10 hours of TV a day, it might be certainly working. I'm going to pull over here at the office I got here. And a little bit better audio now, but I have to multitask. I'm working so much that I do this audio blog a lot of times in the car, and I'm sorry about the audio, but I do that just because I don't have the time to do it at any other time. And so that's why I'm here doing this. That's why I'm here doing this right now. I got some workmen here at the front door putting in a new security system. Some of our little friends we've got around the office. And so let me get past them, this wind, and I will continue with the analysis of what I was covering. Look, bottom line tomorrow, hey guys, bottom line tomorrow, I am going to, I guess I got to do it tonight because I'm if you're working late, then I got to just go ahead and get all these documents together so I can show people the URLs, army.mil, here's your FEMA camps. The incredible part about the Civilian Inmate Labor Camp program, just Google it, Civilian Inmate Labor Camp program, is that they had it secret for 11 years, from 86 to 97. Secret. They had it secret for 11 years that people were in these camps. That he classified it in 97. I put it in my book in 2002, Descent into Tyranny. It's all I talk about. And people finally go and look it up, and they can't believe it's on the government's own website. See, they're not going to come out and announce all these camps in a scary way. They're going to announce, because of things imploding, things falling apart, people need to go to these. The crime rate's gone up. Then they'll show videotape inside the camps and how much fun they are, and they'll have rocks bands come in and play for them and hand Kool-Aid out to the kids. As much fun as Guyana and the Jim Jones Kool-Aid party. And then the precedent's set. The bankers are masters. It's in the IMF and World Bank documents. They engineer financial collapses over and over and over again. When things fall apart, they then bring in martial law, and that's the real political control they wanted, because they need that martial law because the countries have signed deals to hand over their infrastructure and their people's tax money with massive tax increases, and they know the public's going to revolt against it. So they call it the IMF riot, and in 2001, late 2001, the BBC released thousands of pages of documents and covered what was really going on. Surprisingly enough, Greg Palast put it out, and it just went on and on and on. So for anybody that doesn't think there aren't FEMA camps, just look into it, find out. But they don't even need FEMA camps. We have a country that has over 4 million people in the prison system, more than 5 million more that are on parole. We have a country where it comes out all over the nation that judges jail innocent children for cash for making fun of their teacher on a blog in a labor camp. They've introduced bills in Oregon, Senator Menace did, no pun intended, that if you download music illegally, you'll get life in a, quote, forced labor forest camp. That was mainstream news. I've had state reps on, who've covered the FEMA camps when the Pentagon approaches them. All of this is now being admitted. All of this is right out in the open. All of this is now being introduced to the public where they're going, yeah, there's some camps, but you're kooky if you don't like them. Kind of like they say there's not a new world order, as I was getting to earlier. And then now it's just in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of publications that, yeah, there's a world government. And exactly as we said, it is a world government of and by the banks that will put carbon taxes on you and run your life. A new, quote, Bank of the World is Newsweek and Time Magazine, Financial Times of London, as they've Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal said it was good. We need North American Union, a new Amero currency. It's the only thing that will save us. We always told you the bankers were going to do this because we had their own documents. And it's just so shameful to watch that little devil, Glenn Beck, who, when he was trying to please his masters at CNN and other places, would talk about putting Ron Paul supporters in jail and using the Pentagon against them, domestic enemies. You can YouTube that and watch it. And then now he's sidling up like a crab, right up next to everybody, talking about how good he is and how great he is, and he's going to look into this, and then he makes a condescending joke about conspiracy theorists. Hey, listen, Glenn Beck. We're not the conspiracy theorists. Everybody knows Fox News is some of the most mindless, dumbed-down propaganda out there. And everybody knows that CNN and the rest of them are bought and paid for whores to make sure the establishment can carry out its crime. I mean, that poor Oxycontin head, that poor drug addict, Rush Limbaugh, that pumpkin head who looked like he was stoned out of his gourd at the CPAC convention, up there pouring sweat, looking completely insane. That poor soulless hulk of a person who's been there to deceive conservatives and neutralize them and telling them no CFR existed, no New World Order existed. Now that slob had to go on the air last week and admit, okay, there's a New World Order, okay, there's a world government. But it's the liberals. They're the ones running it. Not both parties are bought and paid for by this. It's nothing but new empire, neo-empire with a high-tech overlay. You slobs have lost your credibility. You slobs, the game is over. You've been caught in a million lies. The people know about the FEMA camps. They know about the New World Order. They know what you sons of bitches are doing. They know they've reintroduced the assault weapons ban and bills to basically physically ban the rifles and handguns. And listen, you bastards, the people know you've introduced bills to register and psychologically test all Americans to own guns. And the American people know you've introduced bills to shut down the gun shows. They know it all. And you can tell us it doesn't exist, but we know it exists, traitors. And when we take this country back, and when all of this gets exposed, the Nazi camps, you've built everything you've done, you're going to be going up on trial for high treason. And you just remember that, Glenn Beck, and every one of you pieces of filth. You got that? You just remember that, and you keep that in your mind, and you understand that you will be brought to justice, you pieces of filth, for the 1,300,000 Iraqis you've killed and all the other crimes you've committed. Everything you've done in this nation, from Austin, Texas to New York City, it's coming out how they grab kids for being late to class and put them in jail for 6 months a year, how they CPS over 1 million kids a year, all the corruption. Now government officials in different states are now moving into people's houses they've repossessed. Listen, trash, it's over. You're going to lose. So you can go ahead and walk sideways like a crab because you're afraid of revolution and try to patronize us. But we know who the traitors are. You hear me, Glenn Beck? You hear me, all of you? We're going to bring you to justice. You understand that? This isn't a game or a joke, and we know that. We're risking our lives for a reason. You understand that, punk? That's it. That's the audio blog. The Obama Deception comes out March 15th. You know, I got pretty hot there against Beck and others. It's just, I know this stuff's real, and to see them make jokes about it really freaks me out. Then I started thinking about how Congress wasn't allowed to see PD 51, how they were threatened with martial law when they wouldn't pass the banker bailout bill. Senator Inhofe on record. Other members of Congress went on record and said that they were threatened with martial law. They didn't pass it. The executive says it's above Congress. I mean, just folks, we're going to hell in a handbasket. Foreign banks are totally looting us and taking us over. And Glenn Beck and people are making jokes while at the same time acting like they're our friends. It's like Tucker Carlson and all of them. They just make me sick. And I just wish Ron Paul and all these other people knew that they're being taken for a ride by these guys. I mean, they're sitting there laughing at us while they do it. It's just disgusting.